Order, please. Let's all rise and salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Please review the minutes while we get a law enforcement report.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Longini. I'm the lieutenant and executive officer of the North Region, which encompasses Century Village. Been here since August. Just wanted to kind of reintroduce myself in case anybody's new. Some people I spoke to at the last meeting thought that I was still on the newer side. I hadn't been to the meetings, but just wanted to kind of re-emphasize some of the things that we have going on at Century Village. I'm going to go over the traffic report. Couple good things, actually great things that I'd like to report. Over the past couple months, we did a traffic initiative. The good thing is it's starting to seem like people are paying attention to our traffic enforcement, but also abiding by all the laws and regulations within Century Village. And the great thing that I'd like to make sure I cover is that we had no DUI arrest within Century Village this month. So that is a great thing. Last 2 months, but prior to that, we've had 4 each month. So more or less, I know we can laugh and joke about it, but at the end of the day, it's a safety factor. I want to just make sure that everybody's getting to and from where they need to go safely without being intoxicated or under the influence of anything. But this month, we did have 124 traffic stops. 75 of those were citations, 38 written warnings, and 30 verbal warnings. The numbers have significantly gone down. I've had conversations with our motor unit and also our traffic enforcement deputies, and they said that they are seeing a lot less traffic infractions or traffic violations, which is a great thing. So starting to slow down in regards to paying attention to the traffic flow, which is a good thing. And we did have 18 accidents, but those accidents do also encompass Haverhill and Okeechobee Boulevard. So some of those don't directly reflect within Century Village. Some of the cases of interest, last month we had 1 fraud case. It's nothing, unfortunately, it's not gone down and it's actually increased this month. And so I can't emphasize that enough. I know that we're working with our final crimes division to get a training seminar for everybody, but I'm going to specifically read each and every one so you guys can understand how these scam artists are coming into play. And you'll be amazed by some of the numbers. But the first one that we had is victim received a pop-up on their computer screen advising to call an 800 number. The victim called, ultimately withdrew $21,000. And they were told, and they were instructed to basically insert that money into a Bitcoin machine. Thankfully, the Bitcoin machine only accepted $1,900 for that day, so the total loss was only $1,900 out of $21,000. Still too significant for me. So the next one is a victim invested quantum AI and was unable to withdraw the funds, but the funds in loss for that one was $2,600. The next one that we had is victim was contacted by unknown suspects, advised that their electric bill was past due and they needed to pay it or the electricity would be shut off. The victim sent a $390 gift card via phone.
Gift card. Oh my God.
The fourth one, victim was contacted via Facebook by a friend claiming she received $250,000 reward. However, they had to pay $500 for that award. So they were at loss, and they also sent gift cards for $500. The reason that I wanted to specify all 4 of them is they come in all different shapes and form. They're not all the same. However, one consistency is they'll ask for gift cards, and they'll ask you to insert into a Bitcoin machine. Now, the gift cards, I'm not saying anything's less harmless than others, but at least you're staying within your own home. When you're going out and inserting this money into Bitcoin machines, that can turn into where it turns into a violent crime. And that's what we ultimately don't want. When we have people going out with large sums of money, this person went out with $21,000 in cash. That's significant. All we need is one bad person showing up, and it can turn into a violent crime. So I strongly encourage, when you guys have your conversations, your meetups, whatever, just social gatherings, please emphasize that if there's any type of people getting these messages or getting this contact, to reach out to local law enforcement before even doing anything. I did this on purpose yesterday. I know I've told you in the past that I get random phone calls throughout the day. Yesterday, I got 21 solicited phone calls alone yesterday, and that's on my work law enforcement phone. So if they're willing to call law enforcement phone, they're willing to call you, and all they need is one person out of that 21 calls to jump on something and do it. I've seen things, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. We have the Turnpike Sun Pass. They'll tell you your Sun Pass is overdue. They'll do things like this. I assure you, if someone is legitimately trying to get money, they're not going to send you a text message. They're not going to send you a Facebook message, and they're definitely not going to reach out to you via phone. And if they are, do your own due diligence to contact the proper bank or anything like that before you go and exert your money. This month alone, it was over $5,000 in loss of money. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money to me, and I don't want to lose my hard-earned money, and I don't want you guys to lose your hard-earned money. So I'm strongly trying to emphasize the importance of trying not to allow these people are just, technology has taken it to another level where they can legitimately take advantage of everybody, and I don't want to see them take advantage of you. So pay attention in the future for the upcoming training that we're going to put in place, and more or less it'll give you guys an opportunity to understand all the different dynamics. And again, we can give you the number to our financial crimes unit before you even try to give someone money, okay? So other than that, outside of the fraud cases, we had a very quiet month, which is a great thing for us. We did have someone lose their purse. They thought it might have been an unknown vehicle or in their vehicle. They're not sure, so we did classify it as a vehicle burglary, but we're not sure if that purse was lost from the vehicle or not. But other than that, that's what I have to report for the month. Any questions?
See you this afternoon?
My detective sergeant is going to be in this afternoon for me.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, while we're waiting to find out if we had a quorum or not, I'm going to move to the treasurer's report.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm glad to see everybody here today. I'm happy to report that I've completed one of the treasurer's duties, that every year we are to order an audit. We have been audited. It was very, very thorough. There are copies of the audit that were out at the tables when you were signing in, if you are interested in reading 15 pages of all the things they looked at. And we came back with a clean bill of health. And the only comment that you'll see there is regarding our reserves. And this is the second year that I've noticed that comment. As a result of that, we have engaged a company to do a reserve study that we hope will have the results of the reserve study in by next month to report to you. So if anybody would like to get a copy of the audit report itself, the final audit numbers, that's available at the UCO office, or if you didn't happen to pick it up outside. This month, we're doing fine. I did include the accounts receivable in this package because we have a handful of associations that are still, whether they're still fighting with Seacrest or whether there's a problem, we need to clear those up. So that handful, we'll be hearing from us. Donald and I are going to be working on that next week. But I just wanted to show everybody that there's nothing horrible. There's just a handful that we need to clear up what's going on with them. I know there's been some management changes and things, but we're looking very good. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to take them. Otherwise, that's it for me. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Lou, come on up.
Come on up to the...
Hi, Lou Harris, Wellington K. I noticed on the expenses, the top three items, transportation, security, and landscape, are all significantly over budget. Is that just the way it falls into?
It sort of evens out during the course of the year. This is on the monthly financial that you're looking at?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. During the course of the year, it's early in the year. So we might be a little bit over budget during season, and then later on, we don't spend as much on some of those items. So looking at it from month to month, I mean, it's fine, but sometimes we're over, sometimes we're under.
All right, So that should balance out by the end of the
Yeah.
year? Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Leon Sanchez, Chatham H. I got a question about the UCO reserves. This has been going on for quite some time. And my question is, what is the current status of UCO investing the reserve money, for example, maybe in CDs, which is a completely safe investment?
Well, at the moment, everything has been put into one bank, and we have one money market account that's been doing very, very well. The CDs have not been paying much because we have everything in, because of our bylaws, they have to be in FDIC insured accounts. I know we've talked about this a lot. So an FDIC insured sweep account is what it's called. Pays very little in interest, and we do have everything in those accounts.
Good morning, everyone. This is something it's funny this came up. Thank you, Leon. I had a discussion with one of the Seacrest managers yesterday. There is, and this affects you as a condominium director, not so much UCO, because we're not a condominium. There is a Senate bill being proposed that will allow you, the association boards, to put reserves in other instruments other than, say, a CD. From what I read last night, it will require you, the board, to set a separate committee up called a finance committee or an investment committee, and that committee would have to approve any other thing besides a CD, and then the board would have to approve it. So they're making it a little complicated, but this might be something you guys want to research for yourself, should this become a law. But it doesn't affect UCO. UCO is not a condominium. All right? Thank you.
Good morning. I have a question for Joanne. Regina Latore from
hi.
Windsor L, President.
Yes.
Question in regards to the North Canal. Are the attorneys for UCO willing to spend on those parcels of land? And when does the audit happen online? When is that date? Is there a date set, or did it already happen?
The auction, you mean?
The auction, yes.
It's imminent. We actually, this week, have been talking with the lawyers. We're just waiting to hear from them. But it's going to happen very quickly.
Okay, and what are you willing to spend on behalf of the owners of Century Village on those
$1.
parcels? I'm sorry?
We're bidding $1. No one else would want those pieces.
Well, if somebody else does want the parcels, what's the max you're willing to go for us?
That question will, if the attorney comes and asks us, we'll answer the attorney when it's asked.
Okay, and will that be brought back to the delegates to,
Absolutely.
okay, great,
Sure.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I have a quorum, David?
136.
Okay. We have a quorum of 136 delegates. Thank you so much. Very good. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes. Motion, second. John made a motion, seconded by Dennis Burrows. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Typo errors? Okay. Where are they, Lou? So you want to tell us where so Tony can straighten that out for her? Okay.
I'm looking at it. Oh, I see.
Oh,
It's-
office, I see.
That's from the,
Office.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
thank you.
Are there any other corrections to the minutes? Minutes will be accepted as corrected. Thank you. I'm going to let Donald go next. You're up.
Hello again, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to make this as brief as possible. And this is the reason why. Right after this meeting at 11 o'clock, we're going to be having the condo certification course. It's being given by DBPR, the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation. So in this case, you're going to be getting the class from the actual agency that governs us. So it might be a different, even if you took the class, you might want to sit again. This is a different aspect. It's like going to the same class with two professors. If you have not signed up in advance, no worries. There's going to be a sign-up table outside. And yeah, it's 4 hours, which is a little onerous. But what we're finding is as more people that take this class, and it is a requirement, less arguments there are, because we all know the rules. We're all taking the same class. So there's that. We were just asked about the North Canal. Fausto asked me to give you a brief update. As our treasurer has reported, we're in the process of setting up a tax sale or an auction to obtain ownership of the 6 parcels that make up North Canal. Once that process is done, it'll be time to start planning out the redredging of that canal. On the South Canal, that's an working project. I would imagine that this coming month, we're going to see 3 proposals from 3 construction companies, and a decision will be made on which one will be redredging that canal. You'll see this in my report coming up this week, but there are a number of associations and unit owners that are on the docket of the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate for the next 2 months. I'm not going to mention names or associations because I put them in my report, but there are 2 associations and 4 unit owners who are on those dockets. That needs to be attended to. You don't want to ignore those hearings because that's when fines could actually happen. And it could be like up to $1,000 a day. It's no joke. Other than that, operationally, I'm sure you see all the tree trimming that's going on. We are coming into a hurricane season, so you may want to consider calling your manager, going around the building, seeing if there's any trees that require additional trimming beyond what's in your contracts. And finally, irrigation. Thankfully, we're 100% active right now. We have no stations down, but the lawns are getting kind of crispy. They're brown right now. The only reason we have irrigation at all right now is that the county has sent a lot more reclaimed water than they typically do. This month last year, we had 4 million gallons, and this past month, we got 28 million gallons. So that's kind of saving us for as long as that goes. But until we get rain, it's going to look a little crispy out there. Anyway, that's all I got for this month. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions or take on any jobs that you guys might have for me. Thanks again.
Any questions for Donald? I see somebody getting up in the back.
Hi, this is Jean Berman from Northampton Inn.
Hi, Gene.
Yes, hi. I have a question. What's the story with people trying to fish into the water? On our building, I can see, water from my window. I don't like looking out my window and seeing somebody's backside.
Okay, couple of things. First, all of the waterways, the main waterways where the fish are, and about 10 feet to 20 feet of the shoreline, depending on where you are not association property. They are Benison Capital property managed by WPRF. That means EVA. The waterways are considered to be a recreational amenity. Fishing is permitted. I understand that EVA's rule is that catch and release only. As far as not liking to see the fellow in front of your house fishing, well, he's not standing on your property when he's doing it, or at least he shouldn't be. As far as restricting these fishermen's movements through your association, you can do that. And I would suggest the way to do that is with the green PBSO, no trespassing signs, which carry force of law. Are you going to stand out there and guard your properties? Probably not. But the other thing you might want to look at, and Dennis Burrows and I had this conversation on the weekend, they usually get to your place by car. So you want to keep a look at where they're parking. If they're parking on your, in your parking spaces and your guest spaces, you have control over that. You know, you can tow. You could say, don't park here again, or I will tow you. But yeah, so fishing is a recreational activity. That would be more into Eva's world. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, because the
You're
other
welcome,
thing we
Gene.
were concerned about was, what if, God forbid, say, the guy comes onto our property and trips and, you know,
Sure.
something like that, you know, it's liability. And we don't want anybody getting hurt. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, thanks,
Any-
everyone.
Any other question? Okay. All right, quickly, second Friday of the month will be Coffee with Me. You should be receiving a phone call from either my administrative secretary or myself. If you have not attended, please come and attend. If you can't make the second Friday, the third Friday is open to everybody, residents, unit owners, officers. Room C here from 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning. There's a lot of information that's given out to help you manage your buildings. We also have been working with Seacrest, most of us are Seacrest buildings, to try to straighten out their issues that they have. They have managed to hire another person to help with payments of the bills, and they are trying to straighten it out. If you have a problem, work with your property manager. They want to be notified not by phone, but via email. Send it to Shauna or Matthew and Shanice if you have a bill that has not been paid. That's the system that they set up, and it does seem to be working fine. The other item that we have, Dominic Garnaja has resigned as vice president. He's okay, but he's not okay. He's put in a lot of time and effort into Century Village, and that opened up a spot for replacing him. And after some vetting by the officers and by the executive board, Bruce Stutzman has been gone through the first two steps. Bruce is sitting at the end over here today. His bio is included in the package, and we would like for you to vote on him replacing Dominic's position as vice president for the unexpired term until March of 2026. So I need a motion from somebody in a second. Motion, go ahead, Richard.
I move we accept the nomination of Bruce Stutzman.
Thank you, Richard. Is there a second on it?
I second.
Okay.
What's the name, please?
Richard Handelsman
And
and Duke Horton. Okay.
thank you.
Are there, does anybody have any questions? Come on up. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Well, you can have discussion. We have a motion, we have a second.
My name is Olga Walkenstein from Somerset F. I do not know who this gentleman is, but what I do have an understanding about him He was president of Wellington A for a while. And the board members all quit because they could not get along with him. As a result, he himself left the board. So with this type of an individual, I'm not so sure that we should be so quick to vote for him and approve him. I don't know him, and I'm pretty sure there is not too many people in this audience who do know him. He's only been living here for 3 years. So before you vote, I would like you to seriously think about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. Any other? Go ahead.
Yes, good
David
morning.
Furness? Go ahead, David.
Yeah, Dave Furness, Dover Condo Association. I actually do know Bruce. Bruce has been active in the wood shop, and I've gotten to know him through that. Bruce is a former pastor. He's one of the type of guys that tries to get along with everybody. But he also, you know, has very high moral values and doesn't mind standing by those. But I would recommend strongly, based upon my experience with him, that we do choose him. I think he's a real good consensus builder and very honest person. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Yes, Regina?
Yes, good morning. Regina Latorre, Windsor L. Good morning, Bruce. This question would be for you. At the last executive board meeting, you stated that you stepped down from your role as president of your building in Wellington. Considering that you're not currently serving on the Wellington board and have only lived in Century Village for a relatively short time, can you explain to the delegates why you believe you're qualified to run for the vice president of the United Civic Organization?
Yeah. Bruce, you can answer that if you want to. It's not.
Okay, in this current political climate, we have popularized false information. Okay, first of all, yes, I have been a resident here for June will be 3 years. My previous experience, I've served on 2 boards in my previous community. As far as the board resigning because of me, frankly, I'm not sure where that information came from, because yes, 2 members of the board resigned, but it wasn't because of me. I'm not going to mention the name of the person that drove them out, but I can respond to that. 3 years, my previous experience gives me some sense of what needs to be done, what can be done. I was approached to assume this position, and not just because I'm a nice guy, but hopefully because I'm intelligent and have a heart for this community. I'm not campaigning. I don't have to do this. I just want to be part of the good things moving forward of Century Village.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Are there any other questions? All right. We're going to call for a vote.
I'm getting that.
Excuse me. Oh, you,
Hi,
Elaine, yes.
Elaine Brown, Sussex L. When did this vacancy become apparent? When did you ask for candidates?
I believe it was April 10th.
Is there something in the newspaper?
There was nothing in the paper. We were notified by Dominic that he was going to resign because he was not going to be able to come back and fulfill his term.
No, I'm surprised it was not more publicized.
It's not an election. The officers went out, reached out to several people, and we feel that the best candidate was Bruce to fill this job for the next 10 months.
Okay.
If I could insert a comment here, The officers reached out to several people. You are looking at the bottom of the barrel.
Do you want to proceed, David?
Okay, my counters are ready. If you're, the motion is what? Yes, is that, you want to
Yes.
read the motion again?
The motion is to accept Bruce Stutzman for the balance of Dominic Garnage's unfinished term as vice president.
Okay, if you agree with that, hold your placards up as long as you can, and we will have people come around to vote, to count the votes.
Okay, good. You got John, you got, I'll make sure that.
What do you think? You know, it's interesting. I just did not run again. I didn't resign. I just not run again. I did it for 2 years. The lady.
Is Bobby Levin still here? Oh, did you count this section? I'm sorry. My mistake, Bobby.
No, I didn't resign. I just not didn't run again. Yeah,
John, how many do you have?
there might be a difference.
And what
Make
up
it
here
23.
first? She's not an officer.
23.
23, okay. Debbie?
16.
18.
16.
16.
Pardon me?
16.
1-6.
Susan? Thank you.
63 so far.
I gotta go home and cry.
I got the job because nobody knew it.
Pardon me, Bobby? 26?
89.
Let me do my calculations here.
That's cool. Okay.
Any-
That's the majority.
Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is the no votes. I'm going to need the same counters again. All those who are voting no.
Should think about it. Of course, Gene, we know Gene. Yeah.
John? 6.
No, that's not so bad. I don't know who that
Debbie?
is.
2.
He's definitely voted.
Susan? 11? 16? 6. And finally, is there anyone abstaining?
One abstention. 2. 3. Yeah, I counted.
John? Debbie?
2.
Susan?
11 abstained.
Anybody abstain?
1, all the way in the back.
1. 1, she said.
Bobby? Nobody?
Majority said yes.
A couple of years ago, I was here for.
Okay, we have 89 yes, 25 no, and 3 abstain.
So the motion carries. Thank
Motion
you.
does carry. Thank you all. Thank you, counters.
Yeah. And thank you, Bruce. Okay, do we have any unfinished business? I'm going to go through the meeting a little quick because we want to give you guys a break between this meeting and sitting down for 4 hours. Any unfinished business? I don't know, somebody's coming down, I can't.
Good morning, Rosalind Zweig, Golf Sedge 12.
That's interesting.
We're living in, during the mess of Reflection Bay. Does anybody have know anything what they're doing back there? This week, they dug up a waterway. 2 days later, they filled it up. They're still filling it in. Why they dig and then fill it in again?
Good morning. I'm sorry, who was that? I have my reading glasses on.
Okay, Reflection Bay,
Yeah, who are you?
Rosalind Zweig, Golf Sedge.
Hello, Mrs. Zweig. I thought it was you, but
Okay.
reading glasses. All right,
Re-
so Reflection Bay in back of where, Gulf's Edge or Greenbrier?
Golf Sedge. They dug up a waterway
Yeah.
2 days ago. The next day, they filled it back in, and they're still filling back in. For what reason?
I don't know, but I can guess. There are some places where the earth what was contaminated. And in those cases, that earth is being removed and replaced by new earth, uncontaminated earth. That's one of the ways they're dealing with the arsenic issues on that property.
But they put
The
this-
lake is pretty much going to be between Gulf's Edge and Southampton. I'm sorry, yeah, Greenbrier and
Greenbrier B and Southampton A
Yeah.
is where the 7-acre retention pond will be.
I don't think this is a case where they just dug in the wrong place. I think that was what they were doing was on purpose.
So the lake right now is in back of Building 12, going along to Building 14.
Yes.
What they dig up, because it's right in back of my building,
Uh-huh.
they put the same dirt back, and they're bringing other dirt to put back in.
If I had to guess, Mrs. Weig, I'd say that's a swap out of dirt. Bad dirt replaced by good dirt. So you're not seeing the same dirt going back. There were other methods that they're using, but that's just one of them. Just from what you described, that's my best guess.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have any other unfinished business? Do we have any new business? Okay. We're going to hear from our UCO reporter.
Good morning, everybody. I'll be very, very brief. For the first quarter ending March, the paper is ahead $3,085. Happy Mother's Day to all, and I'll see you next month.
Thank you, Ruth. Okay. Could we have Mr. Niels up from Commissioner Weiss's office? Do you want to get the lady in here?
Good morning, everybody. So Greg is not here, but he wanted me to be here, even though it's my birthday. Thank you. So got a few updates. Not sure if you read in the newspaper, but the city of West Palm Beach they own the land just north of here, and that is just west of the Hastings section. So basically everything south of Roebuck Road and east of the Florida Turnpike. It's about a 300-acre, it looks like a wetland. There are several wells in there, 12 wells that the city uses, sometimes to augment their water supply. So the city commission decided, and I'm bringing this up because it's next to you all, the city commission decided to go ahead and research for the next 6 months if they want to surplus 55 acres of that property, and that's the southernmost part of it, which is right, it abuts you guys. And they want to see if they want to surplus that land and give it to a company called Related. for them to build a private school on there. So I don't know where this is going to go, and it's not something that we in the county have anything to say over, but I just wanted you guys to be aware that this is going on, and obviously, if you have opinions about that, you should certainly, let them heard at the city hall, and you can certainly email, the mayor and or the city commissioner for this district, whose name is Joe Peduzzi. So that's one. Second, the county is in the process of finding a new county administrator. The county administrator that we have now, her name is Virginia Baker. She's been with the county for 38 years. She's been the county administrator for 10. She has announced that she'll be retiring by the end of this month. The board decided not to go, and that's what Greg wanted. Greg wanted to do a national search, hire a recruitment firm. The board did not do that. They decided to open up applications for a month. That month has closed. There are 230-some people who applied. There's now a commission of 7 people. Each county commissioner got to appoint one person. They're going to whittle down these resumes, and they're going to come up with a list of 5 people that they want to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners, and they can then make a choice. This is expected to happen at the June 6th board meeting. So those are the 2 things that I've done. Lastly, I know the La Quinta conversion to permanent supportive housing for seniors and veterans is still an ongoing process, and we promised you that UCO and Century Village would have a seat at the table. It is my understanding that we're planning our first meeting in June to let UCO know about what all is going on, and these are going to be monthly meetings that I'll be a part of. So it's my belief that the county has now purchased the property, and we're going to do work on it. So we just want to, be sure that you all are intimately involved in everything that we do there. Lastly, I got a question from Dr. Handelsman, because one of the things that Greg did at the meeting where the board decided to go ahead and convert the La Quinta is Greg wanted them to do, because safety and security is important to you. So he asked for a septet study to be done. And a septet study is a study that PBSO does. It's crime prevention through environmental design. So they looked at the property, and they looked, how can we design it in such a way that this property, we can really keep this property safe, and we can make sure that Century Village is safe. Dr. Handelsman asked for the outcome for the actual septet study, but unfortunately, that's not something that I can even see, because if that study would be out there, and let's say the bad guys would get their hands on it, then they would know it. But basically how it works is they look at, well, where do we need to put lighting, where do we need to put fencing, where do we put up cameras, how tall do we allow the bushes to be. It's things like that. So PBSO has completed the study. They submitted the recommendations to our facilities department, and they're the ones who are going to be designing the La Quinta. So I just wanted you to know that the process is moving forward. We're doing everything that we can to keep Century Village safe and informed about the process, and that's all I got. Thank you.
Wait, Niels?
Thank you.
Niels, you had promised that you were going to have security there also.
Yeah, we will have
you gonna
security
have
on
this-
site. Yep, 24-hour security on site. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That will happen, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Niels. Victoria from Ann Gannon's office. Amy
Hi,
took
good
a
morning,
day off.
everyone. Filling in for my colleague Amy today. I just have 2 quick updates for you. You probably know that starting next week, if you are planning on flying, you will need a real ID, which is that little star on your driver license, or you will need your passport. So if it's too late to get that by next week, because we are taking reservations about 5 weeks in advance. So if you know you're flying sometime in the next few months, 6 months or so, make a reservation to come in and get that real ID, or make sure you have a valid passport. And the other thing that's coming up is hurricane season that was already mentioned. I have a bunch of our hurricane guide here with me, so if anyone would like a copy, you can see me after, or you can also order these on our website. This is a really handy guide that lets you know how to prepare in case of a hurricane, what to have in your household. Thank you.
Thank you.
Victoria, normally, they give us a box, so we have them at the UCO office. When people come in, we could give that to them. Thank you. Okay. Colleen from Abruzzo's office.
Hi, good morning. I'm Colleen Reamer. I'm with Clerk Abruzzo's office here in Palm Beach County. Just a couple quick updates. We have OpenGov Live now on our website available for anyone who's interested in government spending transparency, how Palm Beach County audits the money, spends the money, invests money, requests for proposals for, contractors, and it's a really helpful tool. It's super easy to go to, mypalmbeachclerk.com. It's right there on the front, OpenGov. And a couple other announcements. We have tomorrow, actually, we will be at the Green Acres Community Center, where we'll be having our free community resource fair with over 30 vendors, and everything from food insecurities to housing to veteran services. So it's great opportunity to come out, connect with some resources that you or your loved ones might need. So thank you so much. And if you have any other questions, I'll be available afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. We now have a representative from Gulfstream Goodwill Industries that would like to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me for just a moment to say hello. Gulfstream Goodwill, most of you probably think we are the stores. We are not the stores. The stores in this area are managed by Sarasota. The Gulfstream Goodwill that we have here oversees the 4 homeless shelters, and we have services for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to help them with training so that they can be employed. But why I'm here today is because we have a tremendous number of seniors in our shelter right now. I have an 84-year-old man who is in our shelter, and it makes me sick to know that there are seniors that don't have anybody to help them. So I am here today to share with you that we have created an outreach program called Senior Homeless Prevention Services. And I have the ability to give free services because I don't want any more seniors in our shelter. And I am a resident here in Century Village, so your safety and concerns are also something that's so important to me. We want to provide you with opportunities for free medication. If you need help with your rent, if you need help with finances that are keep making you have barriers to eating or paying your bills, we want to help you. So we are going to have a case manager out in the lobby every Friday from 9 to 12, along with one of our partners. We have WellCare, who will also be here if you have problems with your Medicare. We have a specialist that we work with that we know will look out for your best interest. We're going to be having this month on May 23rd an event, which you all have a flyer, and we're bringing in all of our partners so that you'll have an opportunity in a fun environment to meet our partners, and we'll have snacks. We're going to have a food market that we bring in. Like if you were to go to the Saturday market in West Palm Beach, I'm going to provide those foods to you here once a month, starting on May 23rd, and then the third Friday every month thereafter. So I will be around, we'll be in the lobby, we'll be here on the 23rd of May, and then the third Friday of every month thereafter. Please tell people to come by and say hello. They don't have to reveal anything at all. It could be very private. If you have a question, if you need anything, I will be at every event. Personally, and if there's anything that we can do to help you or your neighbors in need, we don't want any more seniors in our shelters, so please tell me how I can help.
Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask? Everybody. Okay. Well, they'll be out in the lobby. Anybody that has questions. Yes, Lou, you had your hand up. Okay. They'll be out in the lobby.
Beth, I just want to mention the last page of your packet. Devorah's contact information is on here. So if you want to get in touch with her, everything's in the last page here. And the invitation for the event on the 23rd is here also. If you want to put this up on your bulletin boards at your community, at your mailboxes, we want everyone to come out and see what Gulfstream is doing here in the community, bringing the services right to us. So.
Okay. Do we have a question back there?
Phone number is missing on the poster.
There's no phone number there?
Here's my email. The flyer, I just saw that my designer put in 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. instead of a.m. So it is a morning program right after the delegate sessions. And then the phone number, my phone number is 614 302 1166. 614 302 1166. Right, so the phone number there would have been to my office phone. I'm giving you my cell phone. 614 302 1166. Just tell me you're one of my neighbors at Century Village. And the email on there is correct. You could email events@goggi.org. The event flyer, event email address is correct. Do you know I don't use my office phone? I only use my cell phone. So 614-302-1166. The office phone is just, if there's a message there, I'll listen to it, but I don't use it. No, I work at the office, but I still use my cell phone.
All right.
Any other questions?
Yes, well, for the next month, we'll have a new flyer with all the updated information.
Okay, thank you. Patricia, is there anything you would like to say?
No, I'm going to give them a break.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you will have plenty to say. It's nice to see everyone. A happy Mother's Day to those who are mothers and grandmothers. Stay well, stay happy, and God bless you all. That's it.
Thank you, Patricia. Stuart? Short and sweet.
Just a couple of observations. We have had people coming in from associations complaining that board officials that are out of state are not responding to calls in order to be able to resolve some of the issues that are going on in their associations. And I think that if these people have accepted the responsibility of running an association, they should accept the responsibility of responding to what is going on and help resolve the issues, because they only get worse over a period of time. One other thing, we have been getting constant calls from people who live in that own units here but are not living in Century Village, and they're asking us to do things for them which we don't do, which the association does. And when we are explaining it to them, they ask the same questions over and over and over again, and we keep on telling them we cannot do this, it's an association issue, and we wonder what they're eating or drinking because they don't understand. We're telling them this is not our responsibility.
So please talk to these people and tell them that if there's an issue with the building, that they're supposed to contact the building or the people who are here and not us. Thank you.
Tony, is there anything you would like to say?
Just happy Mother's Day to all the people out there that are moms and grandmothers.
Thank you. Bruce, is there anything that you would like to say as your first venture as vice president?
I'm becoming known for my response to people saying, have a good day. I'm a generous man. To you, have a good life.
Thank you. Okay. Just one thing that before we're going to I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn, so people that are coming into the next for the class get a little break. But for board members, please do not send renters or unit owners or realtors to come to the office with your paperwork. I asked them already. They said they didn't have anything. Please, that is your responsibility. We spend, I don't know how many hours answering the phone a week. This is a realtor. The board member told me that you guys are going to give me all my questions answered. What are my payments? Who's the insurance on the building? Who's the president of the building? That's not our job. Unfortunately, it is the responsibility of the officers of the building. In most cases, we tell them, once you have a board that's elected, by your mailbox, have the president, the officers of that building's phone number and address there so that that information is readily available. I know we don't like to be bothered, but unfortunately, realtors are getting very aggressive with us on the phone. I had one lady yesterday, besides bothering the person that answered the phone, she had me on the phone for 10 minutes. And she couldn't understand why I couldn't give her the answers. Okay? So please, do your job. If you have any questions and you don't know what to do, come to the office and we'll tell you how to fix it. So if anybody does anybody have anything for the good of the order before we close? How many people are going to be taking the class? How many people sign up? Okay, good. So you're going to get congratulations. You need to do this. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. John Timmerman and John Hess. All right, you get a half-hour break before the next class. Thank you, everybody. Happy Mother's Day.